All right. We back at it. We back at it. Welcome to All Sides of the Coin. Tice, what's good with you?
What's good, Jay? What's good?
Oh man. They dared me to wear this today. You know what I'm saying? My cousin them was like, "You ain't gonna wear it. You ain't gonna wear it." I'm wearing it, Tice.
No,
You know what
man, I
I'm saying?
know he wasn't trying to play you, man.
Yeah,
What?
listen. He gonna say, "Man, they gonna kill you if you wear that." You know what I'm saying? Eagle stuff on the podcast. I'm like, "Why? We the champs."
We the
Yeah, but
champs. Yeah.
the last two, he said the last two losses. I was like, "Come on, man. This is only two." They were like, "Yeah, but it's a division loss. So what?
Yeah.
It
So
ain't
what?
over. It ain't over."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now my boys got to do some work. They got to do some work
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where do it begin, Tice? Real quick before we get into it, where do we begin to fix the issues?
Offense, man. Offensive play calling, bro. But Tulu either got to get it together or somebody else needs to call the plays. And I ain't talking about Sirianni. And we just need to get healthy on the defensive side, and we'll be all right.
Okay. You heard it from you heard it from my man Tice. What?
Straight up.
Yeah, and we got the Eagle stuff on. You said he got
see-
it. We
yeah.
Eagles. We Eagles all day, man. You know what it is.
All
You know what I'm saying?
day.
All day. So yo, today's episode is about the dangers of social media. It's a real topic, bro, because people don't understand how crazy it is out there right now, man. We live in some times where, man, everybody lives on social media. Everybody. Then their grandmom got a social media account. You know what I'm saying? You got grandmoms twerking and, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's so crazy right now. Am I lying?
You ain't lying. The stuff I see on social media, I'll be like, man, it's time to stop scrolling and go to bed.
I'm trying to tell you, man. You be like, yo, is that somebody's grandma? It's like, yeah, that's somebody's grandma. Matter of fact, that's cousin's grandma down the street. Like, yo, it'd be like, man, yo, it makes you just be like, yo, what is going on, man? But yeah, this is a real issue.
Yeah. You're right.
We definitely got to get into it. I mean, it's some funny stuff going on too, but there's a lot of serious issues and things going on as well. So, I mean, what you think about this, Tice? I mean, social media, man, the dangers of it.
I mean, it's a lot, man. We're going to get into the pros and the cons and talk about social media, but it's a big part of our society today. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's in every part of our life, and we use it. And everyone uses it every part of their life,
Right.
So we want to give it to you from the good, the bad, and the ugly.
And the ugly.
And,
yes,
and
sir.
just to inform you so we can live better and not let it control our lives, but let it work for us.
That's real. So let's get into the introduction then, Tice. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, social media has become a big part of our society. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. They've changed the way we communicate, how we get information, conduct business, and even perceive ourselves around the world. With the rise of social media, though, it's come with many good changes, but it also introduces new challenges and potential risks. Understanding both of the advantages and the disadvantages is the way we're going to get ahead in this society.
That's real, man. That's just that says a lot, man. It says a lot, but social media, man. Like when it first came about, I was just sitting back like, yo, what is this? And then it was like when it was on the phones, I said, oh, yo, this is about to get real, because everybody's gonna have access to this. The kids, all of us, and it was just like, and then when I start seeing everybody from our neighborhood walking around with their head down, just looking, I'm like, what the world? It was a real thing. I'm like, oh, this is a real thing. Social media is here, and it's here to stay. I was like, man, this can't be good for us, because back in the day, you know what it was. We used to be able to go out, play the playground, play basketball, football, you know what I'm saying? The whole nine. Girls playing double dutch or whatever they used to do. Now, everybody's looking down at their phones. I was just like, yo, this is some real. So it's some pros and cons into it, with this. So, let's get into the pros and cons of it, man.
Okay, let's get into it.
Yeah, so, all right. So, look, the pros of using social media: enhance communication and connectivity. One of the most significant benefits of social media is its power to connect people regardless of geographical boundaries. Families and friends separated by continents can maintain relationships, share experiences, and offer support in ways that were unimaginable just a few decades ago. Social media bridges distances, making it easier for people to keep in touch, form new connections, and foster relationships based on shared interests and experiences. All right, so the other ones are Let's go. Let's keep going. Access to information and news. Well, we're gonna definitely we're gonna talk about these. Professional networking and opportunities, educational resources and learning, community building and social support, platform for advocacy and social change, entertainment and creativity expression, business growth and marketing. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like, but it's pros and cons to all of it though. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that was the pros right there. According to 2011 Pew Research Center, 67% of users cited staying in touch with family and friends as a major reason for using social media. It can help promote and reconnect with old friends, long lost friends, and stay in touch with military who are deployed overseas. I think that's a good one, Tice. I ain't gonna lie.
I think it's great. I think
that's
that's the best thing of social media.
That is. I
Being
think
able to bring families and friends and forging those old relationships and bringing it back.
Yeah, and the fact that you can your loved ones who are over across seas that are deployed. If you can stay in touch with, that's a beautiful thing to be able to stay in touch with them. You know what I'm saying? So that's good. Now, access to information and news. Oh, Tice. Social media, all right, platform has revolutionized the way people access news and information. I agree with that. Users can follow news outlets, uh, thought leaders, and organizations to stay updated on current events in real time. Social media also allows for the quick dissemination of critical information during emergencies, such as natural disasters, political events, or public health crisis, which is very true when the pandemic, because when the pandemic broke out, people was already talking about it before, like, it was almost like before it hit the news, for real.
Yeah, it was. It was all over social media before it came on the regular news stations.
It was like COVID. I'm like, what the heck they talking about COVID? What are you talking about? What you talking about? I ain't see nothing. And it was like, oh yeah. I was like, okay. So social media is a good thing for that. I'm not gonna front, but at the same time, it scares you because you're like, should I believe what they're putting all over this stuff?
Yeah, you have to vet it yourself and not believe everything because it could get real dicey, real scary. You don't know what to believe. People trying to put out information to get you to think like think like they are, or
Yeah.
give you bad news because they're just bad actors.
Yeah. And now you get into the number 3, which is professional networking and opportunities. Now, I love this because you got LinkedIn and similar platforms that have made professional networking more accessible than ever. Job seekers can discover employment opportunities, connect with industry experts, and showcase their skills and experiences to a global audience. Businesses and entrepreneurs use social media to promote their brands, reach new customers, and collaborate with partners worldwide. Now, that's our thing, because we as owners of a podcast, we get to connect with so many others, and promote. When we still have Higher Rum Entertainment, when we have our artists, we able to use all those platforms, LinkedIn and everywhere else, and connect with so many different businesses and different entrepreneurs to network with them. So it's a great thing. So what's one of the pros of social media. Then we get into number 4, which is educational resources and learning. What you think about that one, Ty?
I think it's really good if you use social media to learn because it can reach a lot of people that it couldn't reach before. People now don't got to be in person. They can learn over online, right? Through different webinars, through Teams meetings. So I think that's good. People that might their work schedule or with family and they can come in person to learn, they can use that. They can use the social media platforms to get ahead. So I like that part. I love it for the educational resources and learning. Also, a lot of schools, I learned, high schools, before when you had a snow day, that was it. And the kids lost the day. Now it'd be like, hey, you just get online and make this a day where you can learn and we can put the lessons online. At least you won't miss out. At least the kids won't miss out on education. So I love that part.
Number 5, community building and social support. For many, social media is a lifeline to communicate that provides emotional support, encouragement, and a sense of belonging, especially for those who may feel isolated in their own lives. Support groups for mental health, chronic illnesses, or niche interests create safe spaces where individuals can share experiences, seek advice, and form meaningful bonds. That's good. I agree with that. I agree with that when you look at it. You know what I'm saying? That's it's true. That's true about social media. I ain't gonna front. Like you can definitely do it. You know what I mean? So that's a good pros for social media. And then we got platform for advocacy and social change. I think that was great. This is a great one too, Tice, because when the George Floyd thing happened, man, it was everywhere.
Everywhere.
And I think it shed the light on who was the victim, and who are the animals, right? You was able to see it, you know what I mean? And I'm not calling all, police and, people, men in uniform or whatever, animals. I'm not saying that, you know what I mean? Men or women that are uniform animals. I'm not calling them that. But what I'm saying is that you have some bad seeds out there, you have some good ones.
You do.
That's a fact. But when George Floyd happened, man, it was everywhere, Tyson. I was like, yo. And everybody was speaking up. Everybody had their phones out like, yo, look what's going on. And I was like, yo, this is wrong, bro. But it makes more people in America aware, because some people live in a bubble.
Yeah.
And they don't get to really see what's really going on outside their neighborhood and what's happening to other people. So I just felt like, man, that was crazy, right?
Yeah, it was crazy, but I love social media then because, like you said, especially in America, everybody lives in their little circles, their little neighborhoods. So if you ain't really interacting with other people who don't look like you or from the same area you are, right? You just got one mindset. But you got to see what a lot of other people in America have been talking about when we're talking about George Floyd and police brutality. You watch that man basically get murdered in front of everyone. So it opened up a lot of people's eyes. It got them questioning whether their parents, their friends, about certain viewpoints or how they felt about the situation, right? And it was like, this is wrong. Because remember, everybody was at home. Everybody could see it. And it was like, something needs to change.
At home. That's right.
And everybody's seen it. So now you got maybe teenagers asking their parents, right? Why is this happening? What's going on? I heard you say things that I didn't like in the past. Look at how they treated this man, right? Because of his skin color. Why'd you do this? What's going on? So I think at that time, social media was great because it got it out there and everybody got to see the change or got a chance to see and try to make a positive change in America.
Yeah. I agree, man. I agree. So, again, a platform for advocacy and social change that's a beautiful thing.
Real big.
It's big. Entertainment and creative expression. Well, I mean, we know that. I mean, you're looking at it right now,
Yes.
the podcast and being able to reach so many people. And right now we can, this podcast can go off and we can just send it right away and have it upload to social media like right away and reach thousands of people. So it's like a beautiful thing, man. And then you can turn your phone on. Like I see Kevin Hart's always doing the whole, I'm about to do a TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So you can turn your phone on anytime you want and you can entertain. You know what I'm saying? You can make money off of this thing. You know what I'm saying? Where you just entertaining every day on, social media platforms. So entertainment and creative expression it's a beautiful thing, man, long as it's done right, But business growth, the next one is business growth and marketing. Small businesses, startups, and established companies alike leverage social media as a cost-effective marketing tool. Brands can engage directly with consumers, conduct market research, and build loyal followings. Targeted advertising allows businesses to reach specific demographics, increasing the effectiveness of their campaigns. Now, back in the day when we had the label business growth and marketing, man, it was we had foot soldiers.
Street teams,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We was out there, you know what I'm saying? We was out there grinding, hanging up posters, and we was doing so much, fam. Like now, business growth and the marketing that you can do with social media and the internet, it's like 10x, 100x.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, look at this, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great because now, besides just whatever neighborhood you're in or whatever city you're in, from a 20-mile radius, you get to reach hundreds of thousands of people across the world. And it's just how the amount that you put into it is what you're going to get out. And now people can understand what you're doing and they can get with your business ideas and your business marketing and what you're seeing and come aboard and build something great. That's another great thing, with the business growth and marketing.
Yeah, I agree. Now we're about to get into the ugly, the bad and the ugly. Cons of using social media. Let's get into it, Tice.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Privacy concerns and data security. That's a big one, man. Right now, man, you got hackers, Russia, right? China, North Korea, wherever, right? They're all over. Man, people's data, because again, we got to think we share all of our data on social media. age, birthday, family members. Like people don't understand that face recognition is real. Just posting a picture is dangerous.
Yeah.
You got to be careful with that of your kids or whatever, because you got these predators. You got and then human trafficking is real.
Very real.
Very real.
It's very real, Jay. And this one really hits home with me. This is what I don't like about social media, the privacy concerns and data security. It's happened to me on a personal level. Twice my information got hacked from working at my job, where you had to give them your information, social security number, address, and they got hacked. And then I got letters in the mail saying, go to this credit monitoring. In effect, no, you had my personal information because I have to work to live. I have to work to live.
That's right. That's right.
And I had to give you my information. And now twice, 2 separate jobs, I got hacked. Jay, and also just recently, and I wanted to share with you and everybody there, I just got a new card from my debit card because they said some activity somewhere happened and our system could be compromised, so we're sending out new debit cards. So I just got a new debit card in the mail yesterday because something happened.
What?
And this is and I love my credit union, been with them for years, but with this, the way they can hack and do the things they can do, and I've seen it happen to myself on a personal level and everybody else. It just got to change.
Yeah, it makes you. It makes you wonder. Yeah, it does. It does, man. And it don't and then I know a lot of companies they work with third party companies and things of that nature. And like, you know what I'm saying? Are you dealing with these people, or is it security flaws within the system, or like what's going on, man? But y'all gotta fix that, man. Y'all have to fix that because people's data, man, being out there in that world like that, like, man, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It really is, man. And if I'm signing up to do business with you,
yes,
and put my money in your hands, and I'm trusting you, like, come on, man, and I'm trusting my data in your hand. Come on, man. The next con is cyberbullying and harassment. Whew. Man, we see this all the time, man. Kids are being bullied, they being harassed, women are being harassed. Like, it's getting ridiculous, man. You know what I mean? It really is. And it has to change, man.
And Jay, as you looked over the years, there's so many incidents with school shootings, with kids committing suicide, with people fighting, all coming from cyberbullying and harassment.
Yes.
See, when you're behind that keyboard and you don't have to talk to somebody face to face or say the things you say, right?
Right.
That makes it a lot easier, right? But there's somebody else on the other side of that keyboard who's going through something.
That's right.
And then you have other people, just like a mob or pack, who can get on there and say things because they think it's funny or cute, but you don't know how it's affecting that other person. And now they want to come back and do things like the school shootings we have. So I'm going to take it in my own hand because everybody made me look like a fool online in front of thousands of people or hundreds of thousands of people or millions of people.
Yes.
And what I'm trying to say is it was tragic what happened with Charlie Kirk, right?
Yes.
But a lot of his followers then started bullying people online.
Yeah.
Even led to the point where they were hoping it was someone, a minority, a black, or someone else. They were going onto HBCU campuses trying to bully people and trying to antagonize them, right?
That's crazy.
And trying to get people to lose their jobs because they felt a different way to them. So that part of social media is crazy. It's out of control. I believe that, but it has to be some type of solution or remedy.
Yeah, and I believe that the platforms have a responsibility. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The platforms have a responsibility because I constantly always say it, like, because the next one's going to be addiction and mental health issues.
Yes.
But let's stick on cyberbullying and harassment. The thing is, it's so funny because I see that, you can't say certain words on social media or they'll ban you, right? So when you see all this other stuff happening, right, you got to slow that down too. So cyberbullying, you got to do something about that too. Harassment, you got to do something too. You can't just be on you just can't say certain words. It's like how I got a thing about this whole thing with watching black kids hunt each other down on social media and just kill each other. Empty a whole clip into another young black kid. And social media is just promoting it and advertising it and letting it spread. Somebody should be like, nah, we're going to kill this right now. The first, because they have access to it. These coding people, but see, it's the marketing teams. See this, but look at the ratings.
Yes.
Look at the ratings. Look at the ratings, though. It's going up. It's going up. Yeah, but our people's being killed. And our kids is watching this. Facebook's, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all of y'all got to do better, man, because our kids shouldn't be able to see other black kids murdering other black kids every single day. Cyberbullying got to stop. Harassment got to stop. All of it is crazy. Now, the Charlie Kirk thing was a real thing. It really happened. And we know everyone's upset over it. You know what I mean? I get it. You know what I mean? Take other people's feelings into consideration. Also take his family's feelings and his kids' feelings into consideration. Y'all don't do that. You worry about how you feel. And I think
Yes.
in here, all sides of the coin, we don't do that. I remember, you got to look at all sides of the coin. Step outside your comfort zones. Think about others. That's what we all about here. You know what I mean? But if you one of them self-centered kind of, yeah, man, you can go kick rocks. For real.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, I ain't got no rap for you. I don't even want to talk to you for real. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a little disrespectful. It's got to be my way and my way only. You a clown then. You're part of the problem.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And they're one of them cyber bullies and people that harass people. If you
Yeah.
think like that, you know what I mean? So, man, get out of here with all that, man. Anyway, let's move on to addiction and mental health issues.
Yes, Jay.
Social media is designed to capture users' attention and keep them engaged, sometimes to an unhealthy degree. I'll say that again, to an unhealthy degree. Excessive use has been linked to addiction, anxiety, depression, and decreased self-esteem, especially among adolescents. The constant comparison to curated, idealized representation of others' lives can foster feelings of inadequacy and loneliness. That's real, man.
That's
And it's like, people look at other people's lives on social media and they just be like, man, I wish I could live like that. Man, I wish my life was like this. But if you really go look at people's lives and you go to their house, they don't really live like that.
yes.
So don't get caught up in everything you see on social media.
And if I may think, look at when you start with the kids. They say they have to be, 13, 14 years to get on Facebook and certain things, but they're on earlier.
Because
And their
moms, horrible mothers and fathers and parents are signing them up early. Oh, it's okay. He needs to be on. No, he doesn't.
Because it's ruining them and their perception of the world and who they are because they think this is reality in the real life. And it's causing a lot of anxiety. It's causing a lot of mental health issues for the younger kids.
Yeah.
And then, Jay, also, I think with the addiction and the mental health issues, as you said, because people do that, I think that's what the rise of the BBLs came. Because people thought, oh, look at those people. Look at that girl with that body. So I have to do that myself if I'm a young girl, right? And it's a thing that gets into your head. I have to change who we are. No, God made you a certain way for a certain reason. And those images, because you think that's what everybody likes, that's not a reality. And live within yourself and your skin and love who you are.
There you go.
And don't let that things take over your mind and your body and your soul.
Facts. The next one is spread of misinformation and fake news. During the political, political times and just every day. It ain't just political times. Let's be honest, right? The spread of misinformation. I remember Denzel said something like, you guys have a job to do. You have a responsibility, not just to be first. See what I'm saying? And Tice, you said when you was in college, what was the famous quote?
If it bleeds, it leads.
Woo.
And that was journalism, number one thing, how they do in news rooms across America. And that's how because they want to sell papers. So you going off of people's pain, off of people's something bad happening to them because you want to sell newspapers or you want clicks online.
Right. That's crazy, man. It's crazy when you think about it. So be careful about spreading false information, y'all. Do fact checks, please. Do fact checks. And here's what I learned too. If you have a narrative in your head, of course, what you want to do is you try to go online and find something that actually fits what's going on in your head. So you wanted to, and if it doesn't, well, no, that's not real. So let me create something else online that fits my narrative that's going on in my head. And it's like, we have to be careful with this. Just because things is not going right in the world the way you see it or in your life, bro, don't create fake news. Don't spread misinformation because it's harmful. It's very harmful.
Very bad. Very harmful.
It is.
Question everything. Like, Question everything. Come outside your bubble and your beliefs and question everything. And the last thing, Jay, I like to say about this from my viewpoint, when they talk about this, okay, you got people that got an agenda, they want to spread their message, their news. But then the algorithms that are on the different platforms, they push it. And they push it to people who they think it can sell. And just like anything, negativity sells, right?
Yes, it does.
And that's even worse, right? So now you're getting it from all over the place, and people have a hard time figuring out what's real and what's not, and they go with the mess and the foolishness.
Yeah, and that can be devastating. That can be it can destroy people's lives, man.
Yeah.
Really. A story, they say, you say something enough, it becomes what? The truth.
The truth. You say the lie over and over again, it becomes the truth.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like we got to be careful with it, man. That's why, the lie goes further than the truth a lot of times.
It does.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The truth might only get 10 miles, but the lie get 1,000 miles. You know what I mean? It's like, because, people just want to believe the hype, and it's crazy. And it's coming from unreliable sources, because you got to think, right now, anybody can just get online and type something up and find 30 other people, and then it becomes a fact.
Yes. Yeah. And that's the sad part. And that's what I mean. Question it all. Go beyond what you think in your regular mind and see different viewpoints. And that's what we try to do here. Give you pros and cons and give you something else to think about. Think about it. Question everything. Challenge yourself.
Yes. There you go. So the next one, Tice, is decreased productivity and distraction. Man, let me tell y'all something. This phone right here, man, Tice, I wake up in the morning sometimes, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I get on it. I look up. It's 10 o'clock already. I done been on this thing for 3 hours. I'm like, and I ain't got nothing done. This thing is it's a real distraction, man. Mm-hmm. And decreased productivity. It's decreased productivity. It's a fact. Because you ain't getting nothing done. You ain't getting nothing done. If you sit on this, you scroll. And you be like, man, what is? I've been on this for four. Oh, man, I got to put this thing down, man. I got to put this thing down. You know what I'm saying? I got to get some work done, man. And like I said, I watched Matt Diavella, and he was talking about how you have to disconnect from social media and disconnect from your phones and everything, and how you just need to delete apps, social media apps and everything, because it's constantly coming through. This is a 24-hour thing. It doesn't stop just because you go to bed. You wake up and it's...
Yes, it is.
And then you can keep scrolling, Tyson. You'll be like, yo.
It'll be hours.
Come on now. You've been down that road already, Tyson.
I went down no rabbit holes. Be like, what am I doing? I went to jump on to see something and been on here for 2 hours, just scrolling and looking and laughing at videos. And I'm like, it ain't doing nothing but just like, I meant to do something else. I didn't mean to be on here this long.
Yeah, man. So that decreased productivity and distraction is real. And here's a fact. This the status says. It says, while social media can be a valuable tool for work and learning, it is also a significant source of distraction. The temptation to check notifications, that's me, scroll through feeds, or engage with content can interrupt workflows and reduce overall productivity. In educational and professional settings, this distraction can have tangible negative effects. You was talking about how the schools, a lot of different schools are taking the kids' phones and putting them in pouches or putting them in lockers and stuff. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yes, because there's so much less going on in terms of learning from the students and so much distraction. The teachers were complaining and saying they're not learning because they have their phones. They're scrolling through feeds. They're all over social media platforms, and they're not paying attention. Mm-hmm. So across America, it started, and more schools are doing it, where they have these pouches, and then when the kids come in, they have to put their cell phone in the pouch. Then at the end of the day, they have to pick it up. So now it's just like when we went to school, our focus is on learning what the teachers are learning, right? And for the parents to say, well, I got to get a hold of my child. Well, you can call the office, because that's what they did when we was kids.
There you go.
You can do that. Well, if my child has special things that's going on or a special sickness, well, he'll go to the nurse and get the medication.
Hello.
But that's needed, especially for the kids. They got to be able to focus and be able to pay attention in school.
That's right. You want them to get the best education they can, right?
Yes.
Like, they there for what is it, 5, 6, 7 hours, whatever it is, you know what I mean, in school?
Yes.
And come on, man. They supposed to be paying attention. They ain't supposed to be on social media, man. That stuff gets kids provoked and they get angry. They seeing certain things come through the news feeds and it's like, come on, man. A child does not need a phone in school. Period, point blank, America. I'm sorry, y'all. Just get with the program. You know what I'm saying? Look, they're taking the phones. They should. Put them in a locker or put them in a pouch, something, and put them away. During school hours, then after school, boom, get your phone back. But other than that, nah, I agree, man. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Yeah.
Because so many kids, I see teachers, when I used to go pick my kids up, it would be like, yo, your son was on the phone all day in my class. He ain't got no work done. So what? Parents looking at me like, leave me alone with all that. It's like, that's the way of the world now, man. It's kind of like.
And it can't be this way.
So, yeah, we got some work to do. We got work to do, y'all. The next one is the erosion of face-to-face social skills. Don't get me started on this. Me and my wife, we go to dinner. A lot of times when you look at families, everybody's on their phone. At the dinner table at a restaurant, nobody's talking. I seen a waiter walk up and he's like, "Are you guys ready?" And they're still just, yeah, we are. I'm like, this thing literally got us hypnotized now, tell you, to where we don't even talk to each other no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the face-to-face social skills. I remember you were saying something that you was at a doctor's office or something like that, or.
Mm-hmm. I was at a doctor's office, and then there was a family in there, and they came together, I guess, for a family checkup. But instead of talking to each other, they were texting back and forth with each other. It was a mom and her daughter and her son, and they're right there. Hey, y'all came together. You lived together. This is your family. And they were right there, back and forth, texting with each other in the doctor's office. This is a mom, a daughter, and the son. Reason why I knew it, because when they called them in, they were like, "Miss Such and Such, and your daughter and your son, come on in." So there is no social skills, especially for the kids today, because they're so used to texting and using and stuff to go for. They use the, WTF. I'm not going to say what that stands for, but they use this jargon and the slang. But then when it's time to be professional and go for a job or go forward for anything else, they use the same way, like how you talking in slang or you talk with your friends in a professional thing, because this is all they've been taught or what they learned. Yeah. And so they have no social skills. They don't know how to approach anyone and start a conversation. It's all through this. And that's sad.
That is, man. That is. So parents, teachers, all of us, we all got a responsibility to do to fix this, man. Fix this issue, man. Like, your kids come to the dinner table, make them put their phones down. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what if they gonna hate you? You know what I mean? Your kids are not supposed to like you.
Right.
First of all, let's be real. They're not supposed to like. You're the one that's gonna tell them no. Mm-hmm. They're not supposed to like you. Stop. This is not a popularity contest. This is their life. The word is life. L-I-F-E. Life. Right? So come on, man. Just chill with all that, for real. Number 7, impact on privacy of others. Man, this is big. This is a big one. So this is what they're saying. They're saying users not only share their own information, but often and inadvertently reveal details about friends, family, and acquaintances. Group photos, location tags, and status updates can compromise the privacy of others, sometimes without their knowledge or consent. That's real. Like, so many rappers have been killed dropping the location. So many young ladies have been kidnapped, and so many things have happened because they drop in their location. They think it's cool. It's like a cool thing. Yo, I'm over here. I'm at the mall. Yo, we at the dropping locations doing this, or I just seen such and such and like, you putting people at risk when you do that, because you don't know if they got, beef with somebody. You don't know what's going on, man.
It's scary, especially just to piggyback on, and I agree with you were saying, with human trafficking, particularly with girls, right? It's dangerous. Yeah. Tagging yourself, look at all the different murders that happen with rappers and people across the world because they put their location down, because you think it's status, you think it's cool, right? Because, like they say, attention is the new currency. But here's the negative part of it. Everybody doesn't wish you well.
That's right. Facts.
People, right? This is humans. People don't like people, and they could have bad intentions. So putting everywhere you go, people can literally search and track your whole movements. And if they don't like you, it could be bad situations, bad consequences.
All day long.
right? Look, and again, I'm gonna say it again. I especially feel for young girls with the human trafficking, and that even makes it even more worse.
Yes,
So
it
your
does.
privacy is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody on social media is not your friend.
Say it again.
Everybody on social media is not your friend.
There you go.
So your privacy, you should have certain parameters, who you talk to, who can view you, and how you use it to protect yourself and to protect everyone.
There it is. So the next one is social polarization and echo chambers. Algorithms that tailor content to users' preferences can inadvertently create echo chambers, reinforcing existing beliefs and isolating individuals from differing perspectives. The polarization can fuel division, intolerance, and hostility between groups with opposing viewpoints. This is so important, and this is one of the things why we created All Sides of the Coin, because we know that our viewpoints ain't the end all be all.
I agree, Jay. And then the part with the algorithms, right? Tailoring it to your preferences and your uses, right? This is how a lot of bad things happen. For example, like with the January 6th, right? When they rushed the Capitol, that was bad. But people only listened to one side of the story, and they got so hyped up to they went to the White House, went through, and people thought they were right. Security guards died. They were trying to kill congressmen and people because they had the beliefs from their viewpoints, only their one viewpoint, that America is being taken from me, that everything is bad. But everyone else on the outside knew it wasn't that. But because you're in this one lane and you believe that, you went on and you committed those acts of violence, and people lost their life for no reason because you was just in one thing. There was the local girl from this area who got arrested, and here with her parents and people them found out, they're saying she started watching certain things on social media and started having different beliefs, and she never believed like that. And she went down that, I call it that rabbit hole, right? She went down that rabbit hole and really started believing that the country's being taken from her, and the whole thing with Trump, not winning the election, and he fed into that, right? And here she went on and went in there and she did time for it.
See?
So from what I've heard from reports now, she realizes what happened, and she got sucked up in that, and look what happened.
So this is what you mean by, okay, so I get it now. So you're saying the algorithms and everything, how it polarizes, you know what I mean? And
Yes.
it fuels division, intolerance, and hostility between groups with opposing viewpoints.
Yes,
And
it does.
It does. And it really does. Do you think people care though, really? Because it seemed like everybody's like, I don't care, I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
I don't think people care, but I think people can get manipulated, especially in America, real easy, and I really easily. And all right, if you think what I think, then I'm just going to go down that route. Or because they don't seek information and it makes them feel good, they think one way, and then everybody else has to be a liar. And I think Trump caused a lot of that, right? Everything is fake news because I don't agree with it, or because it doesn't shed me in the right light, or because I want you to believe what I want you to believe,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That it's fake or it's not real. And that, I think, is the problem.
So in conclusion, social media is neither inherently good nor bad. It is a powerful tool that reflects and amplifies human behavior. When used thoughtfully, it can connect, inspire, educate, and empower. Yet, it also demands caution, self awareness, and a firm grasp of its potential pitfalls. By understanding the complex landscape of social media, individuals, businesses, and societies can maximize its benefit while minimizing harm, ensuring that it remains a force for positive change in a rapidly evolving world. And with that being said, you know what I'm saying, make sure y'all subscribe, like, share, comment. Please comment, because again, we want your input. We don't believe that our words are the end all be all. We love to read comments and get input from others. That way we can take a look and be like, you know what, dude, or this female right here, she has a good point, or this guy maybe we need to improve on this, or maybe we need to do a little bit more research on that. So we always love input. So leave comments, please subscribe, share with your friends, your family, and let them know about All Sides of the Coin, man. And with that being said, me and my homie Tyson Singletary signing off.